Hey everyone! Welcome back to Unfiltered and Unapologetic, the space where we say the quiet parts out loud, heal in real time, and break every generational chain that told us we had to suffer in silence. I'm your host, Caitlin Gil-Soto, a Dominicana born and raised in Lawrence, Massachusetts, who spent her summers in Bani and El Cibao, soaking up the rhythm, the roots, and the realness of both worlds. One taught me joy, plátanos, and prayer, and the other taught me survival, silence, and the scarcity mindset I've been unlearning ever since. Today's episode is going to be a bit uncomfortable, but it's also going to be freeing. We're talking about a topic that lives in the shadows of many Dominican homes: money trauma. And let me say this up front: money trauma is real. This is not about growing up poor, it's about how we were taught to feel about ourselves, our worth, and our capacity to thrive. So, if your stomach clenches every time rent is due, if you feel guilty when you spend on yourself, if you hustle nonstop because rest is for rich people, this episode is for you. Let's unpack it all with faith, honesty, and with love. Money trauma isn't just about not having money. It's about the emotional weight we carry because of the stories, stress, and survival mechanisms around it. It's the child who watched their parents fight every payday. It's the teen who got laughed at for wanting luxury things because that's not for people like us. It's the adult who overworks, overspends, or avoids checking their bank account out of fear. For many Dominicans, especially those of us raised in the US or living in the diaspora, money was never just money. It was danger, it was division, it was survival. We inherited a relationship with money that's rooted in generational poverty, dictatorship and political corruption, migration trauma, lack of education around wealth. So when you try to shift into an abundance mindset now, it doesn't just feel new, it feels unsafe because your nervous system associates safety with struggle. Our grandparents didn't talk about mindset. They talked about surviving. They were raised in a Dominican Republic marked by dictatorship, blackouts, political fear, and relentless hustle. The code was work hard, stay quiet, and be grateful for whatever scraps come your way. Then many of them left home with nothing but a suitcase, some dreams, and prayers, whispered to a God they hoped would hear them in a new country. But America didn't always welcome them. Their degrees were dismissed and still are today, their accents mocked, and their identities stretched thin just to survive. And so, survival became the family legacy. We were raised on phrases like, study hard so you won't go hungry. You have to work twice as hard. You didn't come to this country to sleep. We internalized that struggle was a badge of honor. And the messages we heard growing up: money doesn't grow on trees. That's for rich people. All it takes is one emergency to be broke again. Money isn't everything, but you can't live without it. God will provide, but also get to work. Even our prayers around money came from a place of desperation. But here's the truth: you can honor your ancestors without inheriting their emotional wounds. You can hold their sacrifice and still choose softness. You can be grateful and want more. Let's go deeper though. A scarcity mindset isn't just a belief, it's a sensation. It doesn't live only in your thoughts, it lives in your body. That knot in your stomach when you check your bank account, the tightness in your chest when rent is coming up, the racing thoughts that won't let you sleep before payday. That's not just stress, that's survival mode. That's financial anxiety. And for many of us, especially Dominicans, that anxiety is generational. You didn't just become bad with money. You inherited a nervous system trained by survival. Parents juggling 2 to 3 jobs. Grandmas feeding 5 kids with $5. Uncles working under the table with no safety net. So even when you're financially okay, your body still lives like it's in danger. Money trauma teaches us to check our bank apps constantly, cancel joy just in case something happens, self-sabotage when things finally get good. This anxiety keeps us stuck in survival, hustling harder, overthinking, and living in fear. Even when we have money, we feel guilty spending on ourselves, freeze when we need to make decisions, procrastinate on bills out of dread, even when we can pay them. And the deepest part, sometimes the anxiety isn't even about the money. It's about shame. That little voice that says, you should be further along. You're behind. You don't deserve more until you suffer more. But let's interrupt that voice right here. I have a journal prompt here for you guys. What is your first memory of money making you feel anxious, small, or ashamed? And affirmations for this questions are, I am not behind. I am building something sacred, one step at a time. It is safe to receive. It is safe to rest. And it is safe to grow. Now that we've named the survival patterns living in our body, let's talk about the power we hold in our voice. As Florence Scovel Shinn reminds us, your word is your wand. The words you speak shape your reality. And if we're being honest, many of us grew up repeating phrases like, I'm broke, or that's too expensive for me. I'm just not good with money. Or life is just so expensive. But what if I told you those phrases are low-key spells? Each time you say them, your subconscious listens and follows instructions. You can't manifest overflow while affirming lack. Your words either open the gates of abundance or reinforce the wall that keeps you out. So we rewrite them. Money flows to me with ease and purpose. God is my source, not my job, not my fear. I am worthy of joy, ease, and financial rest. And I have a journal prompt here. What financial phrases do you want to stop saying? And what new truth will replace them? And I have some affirmations here. My words have power. I speak life into my finances. I declare abundance over myself out loud with boldness. Many of us were raised to believe in a God of just enough. A God who comes through in emergencies, not everyday flow. But what if God is not just a fixer? What if he's a multiplier? John 10:10 says, I have come that they may have life and have it more abundantly. Not barely, not halfway, abundantly. So when you pray for abundance, but live like you're waiting for crumbs, you're not aligned with your own prayer. You don't need to earn peace through suffering. You do not have to bleed to prove your faith. And a journal prompt for this section is, what old ideas about God and money are you ready to release? And the affirmations are, God is not rationing my blessings. His love is abundant. Provision is my promise, not my punishment. Now that we've named the trauma, let's talk healing. Financial reparenting is how you start treating yourself the way you wish you'd been treated. It sounds like we're okay today. We're safe. Joy is not dangerous, it's sacred. I don't have to have it all figured out. God is guiding me, not my fear. And we could do a little nervous system reset as well. When anxiety flares, try this. Hand over your heart, breathe in for 4, hold for 4, release for 4, and say, I am safe, I am provided for, I am not alone. So we are rewriting old scripts. An example, I'm so bad with money too. I'm learning, growing, and taking small steps. The journal prompt for this section is, what would it feel like to reparent yourself gently through money anxiety? The old would be, I can't afford joy, and the new would be, I make space for joy in my budget and in my spirit. And some more affirmations are, rest is not a luxury. It's preparation for receiving. I am not my past, I am my healing. Money trauma doesn't vanish when you start making money. It evolves. And it shows up in 5 main ways. The first is overworking like your life depends on it. You keep grinding because stillness feels unsafe. You tie your worth to your hustle, but deep down you're exhausted. The second is undercharging and people pleasing in business. You lowball yourself out of fear, but you're not too expensive. You're just too powerful to shrink. The third is avoidance. You ignore your bank app, let unopened bills pile up. Not because you're irresponsible, but because shame whispers you're not enough. The fourth is guilt around spending. You second guess every treat, every joy, every little splurge because you were taught that joy is conditional. The last is internalizing lack as identity. You confuse humility with playing small. But shrinking doesn't honor your parents. Healing does. And the journal prompt for this is, how has money trauma shaped the way you work, rest, or receive? And the affirmations for this question are, I release inherited guilt and fear. I am not here just to survive. I'm here to thrive. In many Dominican families, money is used as control, not care. All that I do is for you. If I paid for it, it's mine. Or you owe me. Whether it came from a parent or a partner, financial codependency wrapped itself in the language of love. But help shouldn't cost your voice. Financial control is not generosity. It's power in disguise. You can accept support and still set boundaries. You can be loved without being silenced. Journal prompt for this section is, where have you felt obligated, indebted, or silenced by someone's financial help? And the affirmations are, I am safe to receive without guilt. My voice is sacred even when others disagree. Financial healing is not just about getting your money up. It's about nervous system safety, spiritual alignment, and sacred rewiring. God is not the God of lack. He is the God of overflow. But He will not override your words. If you keep calling yourself broke, unworthy, or stuck, you're not just blocking blessings. You're refusing them. It's time to co-create a new narrative. Okay, the last questions for this episode are, what limiting beliefs about money are you releasing today? What does financial overflow look like in your life, relationships, and body? And here are more affirmations for money healing. I am safe with money. I am not my past, I am my potential. Money flows to me with ease, joy, and purpose. I honor my ancestors by thriving, not surviving. God is my source. My job, partner, or my background is not my limit. It is safe to rest. It is safe to receive. It is safe to grow. And I attract opportunities that align with my peace and purpose. Now, let's do a quick little prayer. Put your hand on your heart and take a deep breath with me. And exhale and say this out loud. Dear God, the one who carried my grandparents through hardship, the one who saw me cry in silence when I couldn't pay the bills, the one who made sure I ate even when I had no idea how things would work out. Today, I give you my anxiety. I surrender the guilt, the shame, the pressure to carry it all out on my own. I break every generational curse of scarcity, fear, and silence. I release the belief that I have to hustle to be worthy. I am your child, not your employee. I don't have to earn love. I don't have to fight for provision. I open my hands to receive what you've always had for me. Peacefully, wisely, joyfully, and I declare with faith what was once denied to me will be multiplied. And what I planted in pain, I will harvest in joy. Amen. And if you're still here, mi amor, you're doing this work, you're rewiring what generations accepted. And I'm so proud of you. Grab a blank journal on Amazon to process what came up. Keep it in your bag, on your altar, or by your bed. If this podcast blesses you, you can now support it directly through my Buzzsprout page. You can make a monthly donation to keep this space soft, safe, and ad-free. Follow me on IG at Caitlin La Jefa with 2 A's at the end and at Unfill and Unapologetic Pod. Rate me, share, tag me, tell me what hit you the hardest. And to keep listening, listen to episode 3, Raised Not Healed, the inner child who still runs the show. And episode 4, The Wounds We Inherit, Healing the Father Wounds and Mother Wounds in Dominican Homes. You're not behind, you're just the first.